In sports today, Major League Baseball has a champion. The Raptors kicked off their season, and it's the 30th anniversary of a legendary bout. Here's Patrick Valois with the details and the rest of your sports news.
Thanks, Travis. Let's go to Kansas City, where the Royals were taking on the San Francisco Giants in a decisive Game 7 of the World Series. And KC fans are getting loud at the opportunity to clinch their first championship in 29 years. We'll start at top of 2, where Michael Morse hits a sac fly into right and drives in Pablo Sandoval. The Giants would score one more in the inning to take an early lead. The Royals would tie it back up in the bottom of the inning with Alex Gordon finding some open space in right field. But in the top of the 4th, Morse steps up again with an RBI single. It's 3-2 Giants. Next inning, here comes ace Madison Bumgarner in relief on 2 days rest, and Kansas City is in trouble. He would shut the door, allowing just 2 batters to reach base.
The 2-2. Popped up. Sandoval in foul territory. Giants win!
And who better to clinch the title than Kung Fu Panda? Giants win 3-2. Following the Giants win, the San Francisco fans took to the streets in celebration, but things quickly got out of hand. Giants fans flooded the streets following the last out of the game with beer and champagne in hand. But as the party wore on, a few rowdy fans decided to celebrate the World Series victory by lighting fireworks and starting bonfires in the streets. Riot police were called in to put an end to the dangerous celebrations and made several arrests. Bottles were thrown in their direction. Back in Toronto, the Raptors kicked off their 20th season in the NBA, and after winning the Atlantic Division title last season, expectations are high. And they would pick up right where they left off. First quarter, Terrence Ross intercepts a pass, finishes with an easy bucket, 2 of his 13 on the night. Drizzy Drake is in the house, and he is loving it. The Raps would build a 15-point lead going into the 4th, but it wasn't over. The Hawks pulled it within 4 with under 2 minutes left, but Patterson has had enough. He takes a dish from Ross and puts an end to it with a 2-hand jam. The Raptors would take it, 109-102. And finally, it was 40 years ago today that Muhammad Ali took on George Foreman in one of the biggest sporting events of the 20th century, the Rumble in the Jungle.
I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time. When I beat Sunday Liston, I told you today I'm still the greatest of all time.
It was then that Ali and Foreman headed to what is now the Democratic Republic of Congo to fight it out for the heavyweight title. Foreman entered the bout as the reigning heavyweight champion of the world, but it was Ali who came out on top, knocking out Foreman in the 8th round, winning the title for the 2nd time in his career. Now with a look at this week's weather, here's Adriana Jung.
Thanks, Patrick. The days are getting colder, and we'll have to prepare for some winter-like weather heading into the weekend. Let's take a look at our 3-day forecast. There's variable levels of cloudiness today with some periods of sun, high of 9 with a low of 6. Get your umbrellas ready for tomorrow as we'll be getting some light rain with a high of 8 dropping down to an overnight of 4. Saturday, the temperatures drop and we'll have some rain mixed with wet snow, high of 6 dropping down to a chilly low of 1. That's all for weather. Back to you, Travis.
Thanks, Adriana. We leave you today with the latest video making the rounds online. Have you ever had trouble feeding your pet medicine? Breeders in Chengdu, China feel your pain. It was a game of 2 against 1. This breeder wrestled with the pandas to feed them their medicine, but the pandas wanted cuddles more, fighting by rolling over, covering their mouths, and climbing on his back. It was a tag team that left the breeder struggling. Eventually, victory went to the cute and cuddly creatures. That's all for today. For details of these stories and more, check out humbernews.ca. Humber News is produced by students in the journalism program at the North Campus. I'm Travis Pereira. Have a happy Halloween and join us Wednesday for our next news update.